What lies in the dark? Hidden in the shadows creep things buried in our ancestral memories. Creatures and beings we now dismiss as fairy tales. Some yearn for their return, some even light the fire to draw them back into this world. But be careful what you wish for, as not all in the dark has good intentions. A long time ago, a man known in the Cairngorms for his heroic deeds took shelter in his hunting hut. A storm raged outside and it was bitterly cold. He was weary from the day's hunt and rested by the fire with his hunting hounds. From behind, he heard the bothy door creak open. "Ah, it must be the wind," he thought to himself. But he was surprised when he turned around. There was a cat, drenched to the skin and shivering from the cold. Immediately his hounds jumped up to attack, but froze when the cat spoke.
"Great hunter of the hills, I ken that you have no love for my craft, but I bear you no harm. I have run away from the cruelty of my sisters. Will you not offer me shelter?"
The hero was not an unreasonable man, and though he now knew the cat to be a witch, he had no evidence of evil doing or that she meant him any harm. In fact, she'd asked for his help, and he was honour bound to help those in need. The hunter looked at the creature shivering from cold and fear. He took pity on the miserable wretch. "Come warm yourself by my fire," he said, and moved over to allow the cat into the warmth.
"I cannot approach your fire. Your hounds will surely tear me apart. If you would bind them with this long hair, I could warm myself without fear of harm."
The hunter was not a stupid man and didn't entirely trust the witch. So instead of binding the dogs with the hair, he pretended to do so and threw it across the beam of the roof. The witch, thinking the dogs bound, eagerly approached the fire. The hero watched curiously as the flames flickered. The cat appeared to be much larger than when it first came through the door. "You're getting very large," he said.
"Nothing to worry you, my dear. As my hairs dry, they're bound to expand."
Larger and larger, the shadows swirled against the flames. No longer a cat. The hunter gasped at the horrible sight. Bones cracked, sinews stretched, and before him stood the likeness of the good wife of Laggan.
"The day of reckoning is here. You who have harmed my sisters must now pay with your life."
With that, her shape changed. No longer human, no longer a cat, a terrifying beast. It leaped at the hunter.
"Fasten here, fasten!
The hunter's dogs leaped to his defence. They were not bound.
Fasten here, fasten!
But the dogs did not stop.
Fasten here, fasten!"
The beam began to crack. The witch tried to escape, but the hounds held on so tightly, it was not until she had broken every one of their teeth she could make her flight. Changing into a raven, all the time screaming and screeching, she flew away over the trees. A quietness fell over the hunting hut. The dogs had saved their master, but paid a terrible cost. Bleeding and weakened from the battle, they died in their master's arms. Tears came unbidden to the hunter. He felt unbearable pain at their loss and sacrifice. He laid them to rest in the land beside the hut and vowed to get justice for their death. He said his last goodbyes to his faithful companions and made his way home. When he got home, his wife ran to him. She appeared saddened and said,
"Have you not heard? The good wife of Laggan has taken ill. The poor lady had a mishap in the peat bog. I fear she is not long for this world now."
The hunter looked angry at this news and growled, "I will pay my respects to the good wife before she departs this life," and quickly left the house. Arriving at the good wife's cottage, he was met by many of his friends and other villagers who had gathered to say their farewells to the dying good wife. The hunter raced up to her bed in a rage. He pulled back her covers, revealing the wounds she received from his hounds. "Your good wife is a witch!" he shouted. The villagers gasped in horror. He told them how the good wife had tried to bring about his doom. The good wife knew she did not have long to live, and now regretted what she'd done. The shock of knowing her days were ending brought a clarity she wished had came sooner. She confessed her sins to all assembled. The hunter could see the remorse in her eyes, and wondered if his own actions against witches were as virtuous as he first believed. The good wife slowly slipped away from this life and on to the next. This is not the end of the tale. Legend has it that the churchyard of Dalla Rossi is so sacred that anyone, dead or alive, who makes a pilgrimage there is absolved of all their sins. Even a witch who has made a pact with the forces of evil may find peace. In the middle of the night, a traveller was surprised when he saw a woman in black running scared through the forest.
"How far is it to Dalla Rossi?"
she cried. "At the rate you're going, you'll be there by midnight," he said. She fled without so much as a thank you. A few miles later, his heart skipped a beat as a large black dog raced by. It looked as though it was in the scent of some quarry. Shortly after, he came across a sinister man on a jet black steed.
"Have you seen a woman upon this hill?"
"Yes," gulped the traveller.
"And did you see a dog shortly after?"
He nodded.
"Do you think the dog will overtake her before she can reach the churchyard of Dalla Rossi?"
"I can't say," but the dog was close on her heels. Before the traveller got home, he was passed once again by the stranger. This time, there was a body draped over his steed. The hound held on to the body with its teeth. He didn't want to catch the stranger's eye, as he now had an inkling who this fellow was. A voice said gleefully,
"I caught up with my friend before she reached the churchyard."
With that, the traveller ran as fast as his legs would take him.